Hello?
Oh, I'm not on video. I'm not on video. Oh, might be yours. What have you done with the wire? You put the wire away. Gotta plug it in. Why is it not letting me? Come on. Right, there we are. Let me just plug this in. Sorry, everybody.
Hello?
Hello.
Looks like it's just
How?
me at the moment.
Right, we plugged in. Okay. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Good, good. Can you hear me, Angela?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I've
Hello.
got my earphones just in case.
Yeah. I was gonna say. Right,
Oh,
okay.
Wendy's joined.
Wendy, hello, Wendy.
Hi,
Wendy. I know Louise is yeah, she can't come. I think Stacey's been watching it from home. Michelle is in bed. And yeah, so I think it's gonna be us, so that's fine. Okay, how is everybody? How's everyone doing? Let's just have a chat first of all. How's your week been, Angela? How are we doing?
Well, my week's been diabolical.
No.
It all went downhill from, last Monday, and you've frozen.
Oh no, we're frozen, Amy.
Everybody's frozen. Is it me?
Wendy, can
You've,
you see us?
Yeah, I can see you. Yeah.
yeah, you all
Yeah.
froze just then, so I don't know if it's me or you, because everyone was frozen, which is a good indication that I'm the one with the problem.
Right,
So,
we are plugged in here, so it sh
right.
it should it should be okay. Let's ask the angels.
Anyway, I'll carry on. So, yeah, so after last Monday, on Tuesday, because I had this awful cough that I'd had for 6 weeks, and I was already had antibiotics. The cough came back. So after the um, whatever happens after the cacao ceremony,
Oh, right,
I
yeah.
took these antibiotics, and then I had a blinking reaction to them.
Oh,
So then I spent the rest of the week pretty much in bed.
oh,
So so I've had a right old traumatic time, and I haven't caught up with Zadkiel and Jophiel much. So
don't worry. So you've not watched the
I
master
watched the video, yeah,
video, right?
but I haven't been working with them. I haven't been doing
That
much of that.
that's fine.
Everybody, it's been other ones. Gabriel and Raphael and Michael have been coming through, but not any of the new ones. So apart from no, Azriel came through, but not Zadkiel or Jophiel. So
Just give it time and just takes time to build a connection with them.
yeah,
Hopefully after tonight you'll understand a bit more about them and feel a bit more connected to them once we've
yeah.
discussed them a little bit more. So yeah, yeah. I hope you feel better soon though.
No,
Yeah.
I feel absolutely fine now. It's just the it's just the whole of last week was written off basically.
Um,
So, but I'm okay now. Thank you.
Good. Yeah, and when you do a lot of spiritual work as well, I've had this conversation with quite a few people recently. It's like you can go through this purging process, and it's almost like all the shit in your body is like
Yeah,
coming out because it's not in, especially after a cacao ceremony, like especially
yeah.
that. Yeah, it's
No, I couldn't believe how awful I could feel. When I think, what have I done to deserve this?
nothing, nothing. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes
Anyway,
it's
I'm fine
easier
now.
with your
So
feet. Okay, Wendy, how are you doing, lovely?
Yeah, good. Especially after that one we did last Monday, I just felt like completely of like letting go and healing things I thought I had healed and I hadn't, but proper deep. And I always have a little snooze when we do the video, like when we do this call, but then I wake up, I'm just so tired, but it's like the best sleeps I've ever had. I don't sleep all the way through at all, but it's like really, really deep. And I think I must need that so much. So yeah, really good.
I love it. Yeah, yeah, it is. And I feel like you really are traveling and going through process when that happens. Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot in the quantum healing sessions that I do, and people are like, I drifted off then. I don't know what happened to us. Like, well, there we go.
Oh.
Right. So today we are going to be working with Archangel Zadkiel and Archangel Jophiel. Jophiel. How do you say it? How do you say it?
I just call her Jophiel.
Yeah.
Jophiel.
Okay. So yeah, if you want to do this bit, and then yeah,
Over to me, is it?
over to you. Yeah.
Right, so I could not decide which angel to connect with colour-wise, so I put on yellow for Jophiel and purple for Zadkiel. But just so it's a bit of a clash, but there you go, we've got both going on here. So, and I was cold, believe it or not. So it's been a week for me as well.
Wendy's got a yellow cushion.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know if you did that on purpose, Wendy.
I didn't think about that.
I'm
Sorry,
holding
mate.
my positivity stone.
Oh yeah.
Positivity stone. I just felt I needed it tonight, so I'm holding it and rubbing it round and just trying to connect that stone. It's one of my favourites. Can I have it? No. Might never see it again. So with Zadkiel, his obviously if you've watched the video, you'll know a bit about him, but Zadkiel is a beautiful, beautiful angel. So he's thought of as male, but his face is thought to be that of a female sort of a face, but really, really pretty, really, really a beautiful energy coming from the angel. He's said to be the gentlest. That includes the lady ones, but they're neither male or female, but some just come across more female or more male. But Zadkiel is said to be extremely gentle, the gentlest, kindest, sweetest, most beautiful of all of the angels. So he always reminds me of Jeremiah because their colours are very similar, and because they're both all about forgiveness and healing. But Zadkiel is more about forgiving yourself, connecting with your inner child, whereas Jeremiah is more about forgiving others and situations and all that. So Zadkiel really, really wants us to begin the inner work, because actually this is where we may forgive others. But if we're holding an emotion, quite often it's because we haven't forgiven ourselves for being put in that situation, for being vulnerable, or just for many, many different reasons. We haven't quite forgiven ourselves. So I have to just talk about what's happening with me a little bit this week. So I have had problems in Ireland. I don't know if I've mentioned it before, where I was ridiculed because of who I am, and it's a very Catholic background, and they've taken a bit of a dislike to me. So my gorgeous uncle has passed away. He was 91. He was a real character, but he was the linchpin of all the family members, really. So he's always lived in my dad's childhood home, really. So but he's the kind of the linchpin of all the family. He was an alcoholic all his life. They didn't know how. He was a walking medical mystery because we thought he'd never see 20, and there he was, 91, still abusing his body, still getting himself into scrapes, still being scraped off the roads and taken home. And so he was a bit of a medical mystery, to be honest. But I spent a lot of time with him. You know, I used to go over to spend time with Uncle Sean 3 or 4 times a year. So I was very, very sad. But because of the issues with family and everything, it's brought everything up. So I thought I've really gone to do some really deep healing on this. And I have forgiven the situation. I have forgiven everybody that, you know, said some really hurtful things. And things were said that were not very nice this week as well. And I did forgive them instantly and thought that's just the way they are. They don't mean any real harm. But I'm still left with this terrible, terrible feeling. So I'm still left with these horrible memories and feeling hurt and feeling anger and not being able to get over it in any way. So I have to ask myself again and again and again, have I forgiven them? What is it that I'm struggling with? So some of it is struggling with the loss of not being able to be close to my family. So it is a loss. And some of it is because I can't forgive myself for the mistakes that I made, for them to think about me in that way. Things that I may have said that have hurt them, which were all completely innocent. I'll just give an example. I had heard stories from my dad about my granddad. I'd never met him. And my dad told me that he just told me stories about my granddad from his point of view, that he was quite cold, quite distant, and withheld money and didn't treat everybody that fairly. So I went to my uncle's house, not the uncle that's passed, but another uncle, and just mentioned to him what my dad had said about my granddad. And it was just a barrage coming back to me of it's a total lie and your dad shouldn't have said this, that and the other. And I just was happy to hear his side and came away feeling a lot better and a lot closer to my granddad. And then I got a phone call when I came back home to say that I'd really upset everybody by asking and saying those things about my granddad. And I remember thinking, all I wanted to do was become close to my granddad, and that's the only thing I knew about him. It wasn't said in angst, it wasn't said in any way. But they're very, if anybody knows anything about clans and backwater islands and the way they live, especially the older generation, it only takes one word and you're out. So, and then they find out that, I was telling Uncle Sean about the mediumship and confided in him, and he promised he wouldn't tell anybody. Then went round and told the whole family, and that got back to me. Well, what's this nonsense? And my dad would be ashamed because of the Catholic background. I'm a medium. So what I was struggling with was, I thought, well, that's their issue, not me. But obviously it impacts me. I was really hurt by it all. I cannot fathom why anybody would be so prickly and think that way when everything was said in innocence. And even at the time, nothing bad was said to me. It was afterwards when they'd obviously got talking about it, and she's got a nerve saying this. And so I have done work over this over the years and thought it was all okay. So I've had to examine myself. What is it that I'm feeling? Because Amy's helped a lot this week because she knows me inside out.
I wasn't sure I was helping. I was just pure ranting.
She was angry as well about them treating me that way, and she's protective. But I didn't want to feel anger against them. I don't feel angry. I feel real deep love for them. But I had to examine, have I really forgiven them? And over and over again, I thought, yes, I have, yes, I have, yes, I have. But you can't ever get rid of those memories, and the hurt keeps coming back. It keeps coming back. So I keep berating myself for the way I handled the situation and thinking, why did I say that? Why did I confide? Why didn't I just keep my mouth shut? In other words, why was I honest and why was I me? What exactly have I got to forgive? What have I got to forgive in myself? But there it is again. It just keeps coming up. This self, I don't know what the word is.
It's your self-concept. It's the stories that you're telling about you and about other people.
Yeah,
that's why.
I was cross with myself for mentioning about the mediumship and the angel work. Cross with myself for mentioning about my granddad. Obviously, I shouldn't have, and for just being there at all, for existing. In the end, it's like a cross at myself for existing. And I thought this behavior is what Zadkiel really helps you to see, to focus on, and to heal. Because it's called, in English words, it's called kicking yourself, isn't it? When you trip it, when you think, oh, I shouldn't have said that, I'm so stupid. Why did I do that? Why did I put myself in that situation? That's when you realize you need to forgive yourself, even though there's nothing actually to forgive. But because the emotions keep coming up, it means that I haven't healed myself.
Like I could clearly see the other day that you were judging yourself, right? You were getting in your head about it, and you were going, why can't I be like this? Why, when you asking yourself, why can't I do it? Why can't I let go of this? It's like that judgment is coming up, and that's the part of us that we have to work on with the forgiveness.
Yeah,
me and a child. So.
Yeah, I wanted to go down with my sister, and it was made very awkward. Those words were used. Well, it's really awkward, isn't it?
She's awkward,
and you know, it's just brought everything back again. I'm thinking, what's awkward? I just want to go to the guy's funeral. As it happened, the funeral is on Thursday, and Amy and I have we're doing our sound
healing accreditation
on Wednesday, and
yeah.
It's only in the garden today because I was really upset, thinking, why can't we should be able to cancel it, but I can't lose all that money again. I haven't got enough money, and everything was just. And then I was outside in the garden, and it struck me like a thunderbolt. We should have done that sound healing, that sound workshop 2 weeks ago. It had been postponed, and I thought, I was never meant to go. That's there to prevent me from going into that circumstance and feeling more hurt. I was not meant to go. And as a medium, I have sent loads of healing to Uncle Sean, loads. I can continue to send it in healing, even though he's passed. I can send it to the past. But, I can connect with him anytime I want. Chances are he may even appear by his bedside one night. Probably. So I don't need really to be at the funeral. It was just a part of me wanted to be close to my family. But obviously, if it's going to cause me more hurt, the angels have put this in my way. But obviously, I need to heal myself. I need to do the inner work and stop beating myself up for, I was even ranting about not being independent enough to book a flight, and and those words are just not good. So that just gives you an idea of Zadkiel's role.
So he helps you to change the inner story, okay? Because it's all stories that you were telling about yourself, because this situation was bringing up these stories within you, which is natural because they're your family. But it's just obviously I can see it from an outside perspective. But yeah,
I'm getting emotional now. I was getting tearful. Thank you. But I'm fine, I'm fine now. I'll enjoy the sound healing, and I'll just connect with Shaw when the time of the funeral is, and do it in my own way. So where my family's concerned, they're the ones with the issues, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I'll leave that. So that's just an example, but I thought because it's happened this week, it couldn't be at a better time. That it's just this thing of constantly having to heal everything that comes up. The angels will show you constantly what you need to heal from all the time. Situations will mirror back to you, dreams, circumstances, everything. So if we procrastinate, it's a finite time that we have on this earth to do our jobs. So if we procrastinate, we don't know the time when we'll be called back, do we? So it's about, we have to start to do it now and continue and continue and continue. If we don't, and we're holding on to this energy, when I connected with Zadkiel this week, he said that working with the archangels is working with the divine. It's working directly with source. So working directly with source, we cannot have this energy within us. We have to raise our vibration. We cannot hold on to this energy. If not, it will prevent us from fully fulfilling our job and fully connecting to source, which we need to do.
And it's just going to keep replaying like in one way or another. So it's not like having having fear around it happening again or anything like that, but you're going, like, it doesn't feel good above everything else. Like, it doesn't feel good to be thinking like that, does it? Or like worrying about that or holding on to that. So that's why.
So the ultimate goal of Archangel Zadkiel is to free us. It's to set us free from those thoughts which hold us bound and stop us from moving forward. As Amy said, that prevent us from moving forward. It's about setting us free and bringing us straight back to a place of joy. Why I paired him with Archangel Jophiel, because while we've got all this going on, I did not feel happy when all this is going on. I felt absolutely miserable. So obviously I'm going to feel sad because I've lost my uncle, but all this, I can cope with that. I've got some fabulous memories, but all this other stuff made me utterly miserable. And then you cannot connect properly with the divine. We have to let go. So, we have been told by the angels, and Amy says this as well, there are no exceptions to the rules. No matter how badly you've been hurt in the past, no matter what, there are no exceptions. And it's so important because we have to connect to source directly. So we have to clear ourselves out and raise our vibrations to meet source, to then go out and teach and to heal and fulfill our life purpose. So I'll just make sure I haven't forgot anything. I did write a little piece on him. So I'll just remind you that anything you get as a flashback, because Zadkiel does work like Jeremiah through dreams and flashbacks. So if you get a sudden flashback or a painful memory, do not try and squash it down. You have to start going, what was that about? It can be triggered by music. It can be triggered by anything that somebody says or pictures, photographs of anything. But anything that comes up is for you to examine. It's there for a purpose. You have to examine it. If it's a nightmare, go into the nightmare and say, well, cool, what fear was causing this nightmare? Because most nightmares are caused by something that you are afraid of. So most light workers dream very lucidly every night.
Yeah.
If you work with the archangels and aren't dreaming yet, you will be, because they will use every source available to us to help us to clear all that energy. And it's all for our own good, even though it's uncomfortable. It's all for our own good. So even when people have this behavior, it's mirroring something that you need to heal from every time. So forgive them for what they've done and thank the angels and recognize what it is. Just say, oh, that was unpleasant. Why has that come up again? What is it I need to do? But not hold it against that person who said it, because they've just been used. They're just a pawn, really, for something that they want you to sort out. We have to do it. So does anyone have any thoughts before we move on to Jophiel about that, or anything, any questions, or do you want to leave that till the end? What do you want to do?
No, if anyone's got any questions, that's fine. You can let us know.
Yeah.
Right now.
And we just remember we did agree to do the work before we came. We agreed to all this.
Yeah.
So I've said before, and I'm going to say it again, most of us on this path have not been given an easy ride. We've been knocked about a little bit by the angels, and they've shaped and formed us to be the people that we are now. And we agreed to do it. And if we don't start doing the inner work, I'm afraid the angels will continue to shake us about a little bit and put us on the right path. So the sooner we start the work, the better. So I was going to say something else that went out of my head. Yes. So I think we mentioned last week as well, is there's no point in getting into a guilt pattern and beating yourself up because it's a cycle, because you think, oh, I've not done that work. Why can't I do this work? And really start to understand that you're you're just going round in circles. So just recognize that, okay, maybe that needs a little bit more work. Instead of just saying, oh, not again, why does this keep happening? And why am I like this? And just recognize this is a lifetime that it needs. Just when it comes up, just think to yourself, layers. But you have to laugh. The way the archangels work is, I think they're quite, when you get to know them, they're quite transparent, and I can recognize who's up to things now. And I just say, oh yeah, it's you, is it? I know exactly what you're up to. And then I just thank them for the memory, or thank them and say, okay, oh, I get it, I'll do something about it. So this is how it gets. But yeah, but you can only do it a step at a time. So it's a slow path, and things will keep happening all the time. We just have to recognize it and go there. But while we're on the journey, it doesn't mean that we can't feel that. It doesn't mean that we can't have that joy now, because it's recognizing, okay, this is beautiful. The archangels are working with me, and we need to get that feeling of joy in our lives now, and not think, oh, maybe in 10 years' time I will achieve the joy. It's about starting the journey of healing. We've started. It's a long journey, and you've started it, I'm sure, way before even coming on here, but it's beginning to recognize the importance of it. But it doesn't mean that, at the end of the journey we'll feel the joy. It's important that we start to feel the joy now. So that's now, you can see that's Zadkiel's ultimate goal, is to start to bring us back to the place of joy. And that is also Archangel Jophiel's role, is to bring us back to a place of joy in a different way. So I'll just show you before we move on. We'll just have a look at some pictures of Zadkiel. Zadkiel, you can see him. There he is. Beautiful. Have we got any in there? Just to see if there's any more, just to help you to connect a little bit with him. They're not brilliant, any of these pictures, I'll be honest. Yours is good.
The ones the cards that I've got upstairs are nicer.
Yeah, well, maybe you need to think in advance and bring them down.
You need to think in advance and remind
me.
My responsibility to remind her to bring the cards down. Okay.
There's another one. So obviously he's got like this purple colour
I
going
think
on.
I was having a bit of a baby face.
Right.
A pretty baby face.
There you go.
Okay. So if you can find some different ones, that's fine, because I don't think they're the best. But so we'll move on to Jophiel now. So the very name Jophiel is a trigger for you to remember what he does, because Jophiel. So her energy is said to be, she comes in two colours. She's associated with yellow, bright yellow, but also with magenta, is it, Amy?
You're like fuchsia pink, both of them, apparently. And when I get my hair done, I get it done that colour, like it needs doing again. But yeah, she's my favourite angel.
Okay. So Archangel Jophiel is the angel of joy. I have to say it that way. It's the angel of joy. She is the epitome of joy. So like Zadkiel, she comes in and she will help to clear your mind, especially when you feel overwhelmed. And this is what I've felt this week, I have to say. With all these emotions going on, I have felt extremely overwhelmed. So bringing Jophiel in, she will help to, it's almost like feng shui of the mind. Because it's a good visualization to have, actually. When things are getting you down, it feels like you've got too much to do and everything starts to get fuzzy and you're not able to do anything. You start to feel overwhelmed by work, situations, family life, everything. And it can prevent us massively from moving forward, because we just have that feeling of, I really don't know where to turn anymore and what direction to go in. So what Jophiel does is, yes, I think she works better when we bring in other angels as well. She can just bring you back to joy, but when it's a specific purpose, why you're feeling overwhelmed, then say for instance you feel overwhelmed like Angela this week because she was poorly. She could bring Archangel Raphael in, the healing angel, and Archangel Jophiel to help. So for me, she works alongside other angels as well as by herself. She's a good angel to bring in from many situations. But yeah, sweeping out your mind. So I actually visualize when I do feel overwhelmed. I visualize, because it is a feeling of clutter in the head, isn't it, Amy?
I feel like I'm like that a bit at the minute.
Yeah, especially if you suffer from some form of ADHD, which many of us light workers actually do. So, because it's getting these creative moves, I've got to do this and I've got to do that and I've got to do that. So, to the point where we can't focus on anything.
Yeah.
Everything becomes too much. So, I visualize Archangel Jophiel doing a bit of a feng shui inside the head. So, she'll clear it out and she'll bring in that lovely calm feeling and just tell you it's all okay. We just need to sort things out a little bit more, don't we? If it helps to make a list, and this is how she speaks in these gentle, I visualize her as having, or hear it as having a bit of a posh voice. She doesn't speak Manc like we do.
You don't really speak Manc, I do.
You know what I mean?
I wish I didn't.
She speaks very soft and very flowing, and she is a straight talker. We've mentioned that last week. She does talk, very straight speaker. It's like, look, I think this is what you need to do. Make a list if it helps. Organize, because what Jophiel does is she doesn't like chaos, and she doesn't like chaos of the mind. She likes everything to be low.
She doesn't like swearing either, you know, because recently I've really felt like every time I swear, I've been like, oh, and I never used to be like that. I used to be effing and jeffing left, right, and centre and not care. But recently, especially since I started doing this course, I've been like, oh, that's brutal. So I've been like, oh, I might want to stop swearing now. So that's a bit of a turnaround for me, isn't it? Because
it is.
I don't care.
But Jophiel says, and I don't swear if I can help it.
No,
only on a really special occasion when I completely lost the plot. And it's
very mad.
That's how they know.
Then you know she's
crossed the line.
Like...
Something's really rattled me. If it's justified then, because sometimes it's the right thing to do to get it out, isn't it? It's justified.
Yeah.
But I don't use it in everyday conversation.
No.
So Archangel Jophiel tells you that it isn't beautiful language, is it? That's ugly. She tells you not to use ugly words.
And it's annoying because I've always really enjoyed my swearing, but recently I've just not enjoyed it. I felt like the dissonance, the disharmony of it, and I've been like, I'm not going to be able to swear anymore. But I don't think I am, because vibration must be raising around it.
Because, like I said at the beginning, when you work with the archangels, you are working with source.
Yeah.
And when you're working with source, it's very humbling, and you do not want to use language like that at all. So it does change you. It really does. And Jophiel doesn't like it, and she will tell you straight, that isn't good, is it? That's how she speaks.
Like kind of a
honestly
feeling. It's since I've like activated like my angelic song a lot more, that like I've just been singing a lot more and connecting, and my vibration has raised around the light language as well.
That's right.
And then obviously that then in your actual words and the way that you speak, all of a sudden you're like, oh, does that feel? And it's like, yes, it's the angels, isn't it? Like showing you
her words,
harmony.
Yeah, her words to me are when I have sworn it. She said, "That is not the language of love, is it?" And that's what she means about having ugly words, and it's ugly. But the ugly bit, and she's actually used those words to me, is not just about a swearing. It's about when, like Zadkiel, like we talked about Zadkiel, when you're using words that are not kind to yourself, it's ugly. It's ugly words. It's not nice to use. They want us to connect with our inner child, to nurture. Both of them do want you. The same thing is for you to connect with your inner child. and for you to nurture yourself. So when we're using language like this, it's, and and we know this, Amy, we know this. Words have a vibration. What you say creates. So if you're using bad language or words with hatred, full of hatred, that energy is going out there. It's going out there. You created it. You created it around you. You created it all over. And even if it's going on in your head, believe it or not, it's still creating. But using it verbally makes it more powerful. So Archangel Jophiel, she will tell you straight not to do it. She'll tell you your bedroom's a mess. It's an absolute mess. You really need to sort it out. But what she also does is she brings the beauty into your home. So suddenly you start to connect with colours you've never connected with before, to put things together in a beautiful way. She does like you to experiment and be creative. Archangel Jophiel is a creative angel. She connects to all of the arts. She's very connected to all art. And she wants you to use it, to use your creativity. This is why she's connected to colour therapy. Because honestly, I've been demented, I've said before, trying to figure out what colour to wear in the morning. I really have. I've not felt it. And things, and this, when my living room is the worst for me because I can't get it right. It doesn't flow right. The furniture's all wrong. I can't afford. I want to change everything. It drives me insane because it doesn't go with the flow of the room. Having square furniture in a long room isn't right. The energy doesn't flow right. This is Jophiel.
I feel like it's beautification on all levels though in your life. It's not just like in the physical, it's in the energetic. So anywhere where you feel like there needs more beautification, then bring her in for that.
Yeah. She is extremely feminine the way I've seen her. And she wants us to be authentically yourself. That's the ultimate goal is be authentically you. But she does like you to make the most of you. So the words I want to use is she wants you to beautify yourself. But that doesn't mean if you don't feel aligned to slapping on a load of makeup and wearing the prettiest dresses you can find, that might not be you. What she's asking for is that you be the best version of you possible and to experiment with different colours and different fashions and different ways of looking. Be creative, but always be the best version of you. No matter what spiritual work I do, if I've only got one reading that day, I'll put my makeup on and I'll wear the best clothes out of respect for my client and out of respect for source and for spirit. I will be the best version of me that I can possibly be at that time. Because nobody wants to dress up from morning till night every single day. But what she asks is that we be the best version of us every day.
I feel like what she does is she helps you to bring more creativity into your life as well. Like things that bring you joy through creativity. I think that's her role. And this week I've been having a lot of flashbacks to my childhood, but actually flashbacks to happy times in my childhood. So I feel like she helps you to bring back the happy memories as well. If you want to ask her to, if you're struggling to remember happy things from your childhood or whenever, or it could be a past relationship where you've got a lot of resentment around or whatever, then I like been asking her, I guess, energetically to help me to remember those happy times, to bring memories of joy back to that situation.
Yeah, that's absolutely spot on. I couldn't have said it better myself. That's it in a nutshell, is to change those negative thoughts and just think of what happened around that situation that was positive. Find those positive memories and replace them and focus on them and understand that, there was something that you needed to sort out, that wasn't nice, but there's so much good in your life as well. So Jophiel, very, because I nearly paired her with Ariel, and then I thought, no, this is perfect to work alongside Jophiel because they both have the ultimate goal. I forgot what I was about to say. Oh yeah. So yeah, I nearly paired her with Ariel because she also asks us to go outside and find the beauty outdoors. She very much connects to flowers, doesn't she, Amy?
Yeah.
So, if you understand.
Flowers, I bring you flowers. You see them? I don't know if you see them.
Yeah, I can show that in.
I don't really like that one. That one doesn't resonate.
No, it's only the one really. That seems right, doesn't it? So we've had a look at that picture.
Yeah, I think this is like one of my favourite pictures of her. There you go. This one's on the PDF in the things that I've give you.
Can I ask a question?
Of course you can.
Yeah.
We love questions.
Everything about Jophiel really calls to me, but I've never had a connection. Now, a lot of my life at the moment is being chaotic. We're decorating, and we've got 6 of us with 2 kids, little toddlers, and mess everywhere, unfinished jobs. And you hear her, but if I'm not hearing her, how do I know she's speaking or trying to get my attention?
Okay, so when there's chaos and mess around, it's just because you're in the process of change. So that's okay. That's change. It's when she refers to chaos and mess when it's constant. So it may have been her speaking to you in the first place in order for you to make those changes. You see, for me, because I am clairaudient and this is how mediumship works, I do hear their voices. Sometimes it appears as my own voice, and sometimes it's said in such a different way, and sometimes it's a very different accent and a very different. It's audible, and sometimes it's on the outside as well as on the inside. So I am very clairaudient, and for me, it's easy. But most of the angels will speak to you through your vision. So you will be inspired. You'll think you're getting an idea, and it's them, and it's recognizing where these ideas come from.
Yeah.
What inspired me in the first place to do that. And it's when you start to recognize, you see, when you're not working with the archangels, it probably isn't the archangels asking you to do this, but when you're a light worker, you will start to recognize that actually nearly everything that happens is to do with the angels. Every thought, everything, every change, everything you say, touch, do, every experience has been set up for you. The more you talk to them, the more you'll get back. You have to verbalize.
I think I'm getting to the point now because there's quite a lot of them, and the ones at the beginning I knew, and now I'm coming to ones I don't know, that I'm getting a bit, and I haven't, because of last week, I haven't really been working with them that much. So it's sort of, you said about tuning in, and I've got all these radio stations, and it's all just, well, we've got what, 8 now, haven't we? So,
but they all come through on the same radio station.
right.
It's
Okay.
recognizing which energy I'm working with. But this is why it's important to call them in. When you recognize what their roles are and you start to call upon them, because I called upon Archangel Zadkiel for help when I recognized these feelings. I called Jophiel for help because I needed to experience joy. But they do pop in once you start to, you will recognize it. That's the thing eventually.
Right.
When you've identified each angel, you will start to recognize, you literally do fall in love with them, and you start to recognize each individual one. They'll speak to you through, you'll suddenly see a flash of color. And say, oh, that's green, or oh, which angel is that? And then you realize that it was sent for a purpose, and you'll recognize what the purpose is. But you know, when we do invocations to bring them in, because we have to bring them in like the guardian angel, they're there, but we're going to talk about your guardian angel at the end as well, and what your guardian angel's role is. But I'll tell you now that your guardian angel knows every single need that you have. And your guardian angel will have access to the archangel and will ask each archangel that your guardian angel feels that you need. Will have asked that angel on your behalf to intervene. So if your guardian angel knows that you need protection, he or she will go straight to Archangel Michael and say, look, they're in a situation, I need your protection. But we ourselves can then ask, when we start to recognize what's happening, we can invoke those powerful angels ourselves. But they do send you signs, Angela. You start to, I wouldn't expect you to suddenly, to suddenly remember everything that we've taught so far and every single angel. And we will be going over them again, and that's why you have the video. But I'll just, the reason I've paired them is to make it easier. So Michael and Jophiel I paired as both for protection, both get rid of negative energy. So Gabriel and Sandalphon both communicate, because Gabriel communicates down and Sandalphon communicates up. So try and put it in a really easy visual way. And then we've got Azrael and Jeremiah. Both these angels are angels of comforting, both of them. Because they're both the sorrow. They're both angels of sorrow, if you like. So Azrael, if somebody has passed. Jeremiah, if you have deep sorrow over forgiveness, deep hurt. So they're both about sorrow. They're both compassionate angels. These two today are both wanting you to get to a place of joy, one through forgiveness, and one wants you to connect with the joy within. They both those angels want you to connect with your inner child. Zadkiel wants you to connect so that you can learn to love yourself. Jophiel wants you to connect with your inner child because she wants you to find childish pleasure and beauty again. She is a childish energy, really. She's not like a bossy mum. She is a playful, childish sort of energy who loves to play with colour. So it's just remembering why I've paired them off, really, and why those two. You will get it eventually. So hopefully that little bit, we'll go over them again towards the end. So you've done well to remember that. But you've got just go over the video again. But you will start to recognise them. You'll hear them. But it might be a two-way communication. But they'll send you numbers, recurring numbers. They'll send you feathers. They'll send you presents. They'll set up things for you to do. But it's recognising their influences in your life every single day. And that actually I'm not just waking up in the morning and X, Y, and Z is happening. It's why it's happened. So the very fact that you're decorating is probably because Jophiel wants you to make your house better. So she's probably already there in choosing the decoration. She may already be there in choosing the colours, especially if you go out for the cushions and things like that. You will recognise. You can't help it because your mind starts to think the way that they would. But you will hear their voices eventually because you'll recognise that this is not you. And then it's subtle. But, the more you learn about the angels, the more you become aligned with them. But because you're a light worker, you agreed to this before, the archangels have been there all your life. Always. So was that helpful, Angela?
Yes, thank you.
I also think I'm going on a bit too much, but
and I don't hear them as such unless I specifically sit down to channel them. But I'm not going about my life hearing them. I just kind of know the energy that I'm working with. But a lot of the time it's in hindsight as well. Unless I've said Archangel Jophiel, come in and do this, it's more oh yeah, that was Archangel Jophiel, because I know more about them, so I know which ones are coming through. And then you have that deeper connection, don't you, once you realize what's happening and you see it from that higher perspective.
I can tell you Jophiel will will just set up things that will make you feel joyful. You can ask her to bring more joy in, and you'll find the joyful situations suddenly start happening. Another angel who does that is Raphael. So I don't want to go too much into that because Raphael is kind of similar as well. But yeah, so is there any other questions around either of the two angels? Has it made it clearer tonight what they're about?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, we've got to bring them in because both of them,
Yeah.
the important thing is both of them want us to love and connect with our inner child. Both of them to become playful and joyful as children are. That's the aim of both of them. Children don't need to forgive themselves. They can act outrageously and have absolutely no guilt over it whatsoever, in complete and utter innocence.
I like that, yeah.
And that's, because they love themselves. Children have no problem about loving themselves. They are born with unconditional love. It's only when outside things start to happen and when they start getting older and going to school and then other people start to influence them. But small children are utterly selfish, but it's because they love themselves. Everything is about them. They don't berate themselves. So Jophiel and Zadkiel both of them want us to connect back to that age of innocence and that age of where we really loved ourselves then. Bring us both want us to bring us back to a place of joy, which is what Source is all about, really, isn't it? So is there anything else you want me to say?
No, I think that's it. So we're going to go into the part where we go on a journey with the angels. So if you would like to get yourself comfy, both of you or anyone watching at home later, if you want to record this on your voice recorder, Wendy, I'm just going to put you on. I'm just going to
Yeah.
Lovely. There you go. Okay.
This is my favorite bit.
So you don't have to do anything anymore. Okay.
Hot now.
Too many clothes.
It's the purple.
Let me bring this close down. Okay. So we're just going to start by going into some relaxation. We're just going to bring your awareness to your breath. So breathing in through your nose. And breathing out through your mouth. Breathing in through your nose. And breathing out through your mouth. I just want you to imagine, first of all, that there is a beautiful white light at the top of your head. And this white light is going to travel all the way down your body, down your being, and it's going to relax every single muscle in your body. So feeling this beautiful white light on your crown, the muscles at the top of your head, first of all, and feeling them relax. And breathing in this relaxation so that it's moving further and further down. So breathing this relaxation into your forehead. Breathing the relaxation into your eyebrows. Moving the relaxation to the back of your head. And then moving the relaxation into your ears. To your neck. And just bringing the relaxation into your jaw, your mouth. And as we bring this relaxation energy further and further down our body, you can imagine it lit up with a beautiful white light. So moving the relaxation down your shoulders, down your chest, down your back, and just allowing your stomach to relax. With every breath out, becoming more and more relaxed. And feeling this relaxation in your pelvis, in your lower back, in your thighs, in your knees, in your shins, in the tops of your feet, the bottom of your feet, your toenails, feeling your arms completely relaxed, in your hands, your fingernails, and just doing a body scan now down your whole being and breathing into any areas that don't feel fully relaxed. Just breathing in and breathing in. And then just inviting the angels in for even further relaxation. We now call Archangel Michael in just to protect this beautiful session, this beautiful space, beautiful journey. Feeling his energy coming in now. And we're inviting only beings of 100% pure light, pure intention here. Okay. So I now just want you to bring your awareness to your heart. I'm going to take some breaths in here. Just imagining, feeling and sensing that your heart is breathing the air. Breathing in and out. And breathing in and out. Now with this awareness, your heart and mind have come into coherence. We're now activating your light body, Merkaba, meaning that we are able to go traveling. So just feeling your consciousness rising up out of your being and just floating up to the ceiling. Maybe noticing how you look below. Sending yourself some love. Knowing that you are completely connected at all times to yourself, always by a silver cord. Now in the ceiling or the space, wherever you are, there is a beautiful Archangel portal opening above you. And this Archangel portal is encoded with purple rays of light for Archangel Zadkiel and fuchsia pink and yellow rays of light for Archangel Jophiel. You now find yourself traveling through this angelic portal. I'm coming to the other side of this portal now. She's closing behind you. You now find yourself once more in the Archangel Training Temple. This time it is in a large space that is dimly lit. And as of yet, you can't see the full room as your sight and your inner senses are adjusting to what's there. But you notice from one side, there are two swirling balls of energy which appear to be dancing around one another. One is a beautiful purple ball, and the other is a combination of pink and yellow. Now these balls of energy start to light up the space you're in, and you find yourself in a stunning ballroom. On the ceiling, there are incredible, intricate paintings, and there is a balcony that runs all the way around the ballroom dance floor. There are columns, white pillars, which are supporting this balcony, going from the dance floor to the balcony. So now I'm just going to give you a couple of minutes and I'm going to ask you these questions. What else can you see? Is there any tapestry, any windows, any furniture? I'm just going to give you a couple of minutes to have a look around or to sense what is there with you and just describe it. Purple light you saw before is now back and starts to move towards you. This is the light of Archangel Zadkiel. And he moves towards you with a kind, loving presence. So now we are going to do a scan of Archangel Zadkiel's being. Tuning in firstly to where his feet are or would be, and work your way up his being from the bottom all the way to the top. So noticing what he's wearing, noticing maybe what his arms or his hands look like, his wings look like, his face looks like, and so on. And so now I'm going to give you some time just to describe him or just to say out loud what you are feeling or sensing. How do you feel in Archangel Zadkiel's presence? Now, Archangel Zadkiel is inviting you to take a walk with him. This is a walk through a beautiful open hallway down one side of the ballroom that is lined with the angelic columns. And as you walk together, you start to notice in the distance a young child playing between the columns. Firstly, you notice them from behind. And this child turns around now and she looks at you. You recognize this child because she is you. She is the younger version of yourself. Archangel Zadkiel has brought you to your child today because she needs some support. He's inviting your inner child to come towards you. And you welcome her with open arms. And as she comes towards you now, sitting down with her facing you, notice what she looks like. Can you describe her? How old is she? What is she wearing? What is her hair like? You invite her to share with you what is on her heart. So first let her know that it's safe for her to fully express herself and that all her feelings are welcome here. What is it that she wants to say to you? How is she feeling? Let her know that this is a safe space for her. You let her know that you see her and that she is brave and you are grateful for her being there. Now that she's expressed herself, ask her, what does she need from you? Does she need more attention from you? Does she need to feel seen? Does she need to feel heard? Does she need to feel understood? Or maybe more safety? Does she need a hug from you? I'm going to give you some space to give your inner child exactly what she needs right now. Nayana hea siana kia shana kiana tiana kota na shayan. O kanayana kia tiane siana kiana. O kanaya siana kora niana kia tiana shuana. Suanayana kiana tiana he. Inea tukorana. Ianaya sokanaisha enakima tishno kutune arayane. How does it feel to connect with your inner child? Archangel Zadkiel is now reminding you of the importance of this. He wants to remind you of the importance of bringing love and bringing healing to this aspect of yourself. Feel the love and the gratitude and the appreciation from your inner child. She is you and you are her. And when you choose to work with your inner child, you are saying to yourself, I am no longer available for self-abandoning. I am no longer available for ignoring parts of myself which are important. I am no longer available for ignoring my feelings and my emotions. I am going to love myself fully from this day forward. Let your inner child know how much you love her and how appreciated she is and how seen she is and how proud of her you are for coming today to the Archangel Training Temple and being so brave for sharing her feelings with you. And now Archangel Zadkiel invites you to hug your inner child into you. You now hug her totally and completely and with absolute love. Feeling her merging fully into your being. Knowing that you are not separate and that you welcome and bring love to all parts of yourself, and especially your inner child. Now feel Archangel Zadkiel's light codes being integrated into your field, and bringing healing to you and this aspect of yourself. Setia sha esetia shokoto sha anasha este eshta est est ok est 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 ea. She eshta estishna esh eshkotisha esikia sha ena. Lekiara nayasta sha esia ketiana. Sukanamaya sakiana sha ian. Sukanamaya na iasta shiana koa. Yashia sukotoa. She iasta esha eneae. Wanaisha yatia shuahesi. Siana kia shei. Yatiako nikia she eneam. Feel yourself in a state of love, in a state of harmony, and in a state of connection. We are now going to go back into the beautiful ballroom. Archangel Zadkiel's purple energy now melts away. And now you see moving between the columns in the background a beautiful yellow and pink fuchsia ball of light moving towards you. This is Archangel Jophiel, who is an incredibly beautiful angel. She starts to move towards you and becomes clearer and clearer and clearer. Now we are going to do a scan of her being. So focusing on where her feet would be, moving your way up her being, noticing what she is wearing, noticing how she looks, and noticing what her wings look like. Just give you some time now to just tune into her and to describe her out loud. And now see her beautiful, radiant pink and yellow energy lighting up the space. Archangel Jophiel wants to show you how to connect with joy. So she is taking you today on a dancing journey around this ballroom, and she is laughing with you. She's helping you to bring the joy back into your life. She is doing this energetically through this wonderful, joyful dance that you are in with her. Feel yourself radiating with this joyful, euphoric frequency. And whilst you are in this wonderful dance with her, she is inviting you to think of an area in your life that needs more joy right now. She's inviting you to channel this joy frequency into this area of your life. What would it look like if you let go of all the stress and all the disharmony and all the struggle associated with this? And instead, you just chose to be this joyful, radiant version of yourself that you are right now. See that area of your life, that situation, or that relationship being lit up with the pink and yellow energy and the pink and yellow codes of Archangel Jophiel as you dance your way around this wonderful ballroom. And as you do this, you catch sight of your reflection in some of the beautiful old-fashioned mirrors. And these are not just any mirrors in a ballroom, but they are angelic mirrors, which help humans to see what their soul truly looks like. Archangel Jophiel invites you to look at your soul now and see how beautiful you truly are. What does your soul look like? What can you see or sense in the mirror? Now going to channel some light codes to help you to see yourself truly and to help you to remember. Yanaya Sahya Kanaisha Hasina Kiana Hasina Kiana Kuana. Wanai Sa Ianaki. Inia Katia Shuanasian. Kanaya Tianaki. Yanakuora Niastashin. Yanea Stakiana Tiashae. Ian Niasia Kiae. Ukania Siana Kia Tianea. And this is to help you to remember your soul's joy and who you truly are whenever you forget in your day-to-day life. In any moment, you can choose joy. You can choose to beautify and transform your thoughts around any situation. And now you swirl and glide and dance across the dance floor with Archangel Jophiel. And she is supporting you with remembering this joy in your day-to-day life when you need it. Suanayana kiatiana. Etiasu kotaish. Kimeana hakiana. Ukorania stakiana tianako. Inama hasianaki. Kitiashu anatima. Archangel Zadkiel comes back to join you in this wonderful, beautiful dance around this dance floor. And you receive energetic healing from both Archangel Zadkiel and Archangel Jophiel. And just allow yourself to fully experience this radiant, activating, joyful, transformational, healing energy. Remembering to call into your life Archangel Zadkiel when you feel like you need to bring in more forgiveness into your heart. You can do this by working with your inner child and bringing in more compassion and love and understanding to her. And remembering to work with Archangel Jophiel's beautification energy in any area of your life which needs beautifying. And this can include the physical plane as well. You always have the ability to work with her energy as and when you need. It's now time to say goodbye to these two archangels. And now before you, you see another beautiful angelic portal opening up, which you are now floating and drifting into. Coming all the way back into the room you're in or space you're in. Floating down into your body, into your being. The portal just closing behind you. Sunaya Sayakashana Tiana Mayana Ianasianaki Kanianaki Yanashana. So just feeling your root chakra, energetic roots growing all the way into the earth, anchoring you in every direction. Just allowing this energy to support you. And just asking Archangel Michael to close any doors that may have been opened so that you can fully rest, you can fully relax in your own time. Starting to flutter your eyelids open, moving your fingers and your toes. And coming. And if you would like to have a drink, just to help you to ground. You want to take just a couple of minutes to maybe write down anything that you can recall. Okay, and then in your own time, Wendy, if you just want to let us know. I don't know what happened to Angela. I don't know if her internet went off.
Oh, she gone?
Yeah, she's not written anything in the group. Yeah, just let us know. Hope she's okay. But you know, like we were saying about Stacey, Stacey's just put in the group saying that she didn't realise they were on a Monday. Was Stacey on the first one? Stacey was on the first one, wasn't she? Was she not?
I just wonder if she's been on any of them.
I don't think she's realised that they're on a Monday. Yeah, it's the same link every week. Yeah, she didn't realise. Oh, bless her.
She's missed 4.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously all the recordings are there. There's 4 training videos and then 4 Zooms. No, we do, like, because it doesn't automatically send a Zoom request. Don't think she's realised. Okay, anyway, Wendy, what did you get? Did you fall asleep that time?
I did right at the end,
Yeah.
but yeah, my pen run out, so I didn't write anything. I was just trying to like remember everything. I'll probably go back later and just have a rethink of what, but I could see myself when I was younger.
Yeah.
And I did see this, I think it was like, I did see this lovely, beautiful angel and all light around and everything.
Yeah.
I couldn't get into it first because I could hear the lady next door to where I live in my room, and I was thinking,
yeah.
will you be quiet?
Oh no.
Send the love, just send the love. Yeah, but no, it was really, really good, that. And I could see myself, I could see what I had done when I was younger, and
Oh.
giving myself like a love and all that, because that's just that important, that, isn't it? You know, yeah. I've got quite a lot of stuff, but I just can't remember any of it at the minute. I know.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, but I love that. I love that.
Good. Good. Yeah, beautiful.
And I think those 2 angels are just, at the minute, I've been having funny dreams and things like that. So that's, you know, about someone who passed away and all that. And I had a dream about him, and he was my boyfriend. And that just really, when you were saying, Claire, about that really got me, that. I thought, wow, because it was so real. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, thank you.
You're very welcome. Very, very welcome. Oh, okay. So our next one is on Thursday, isn't it?
The next recording.
Yeah, the next recording is going to be
Wednesday,
Thursday because we've got our sound healing accreditation on Wednesday, and I honestly need a rest tomorrow, so it's like it won't be happening tomorrow. So the next recording will be on Thursday, and then our next like live thing is on obviously next Monday. So yeah, let us know in the group then, like how you're getting on and what you're receiving, any insights during the week.
Yeah, that would be lovely.
Yeah.
So next time
Yeah,
it will be Archangel Raphael and Archangel Chamuel. I have put them both together, so it will be interesting to find out all about them too and how they work together as well.
Yeah, beautiful. Okay, Wendy, have a beautiful night. Have a nice
Thank you very much.
sleep. You're very
Yeah.
welcome. Take care.
I will. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Angie. Bye. Thank
Bye.
you.